So today was a little bit of a rough one because of this lovely situation. We are going to be trying to settle that later on today at some point, if not today, tomorrow, with materials we were able to find at CVS, because I just don't have the extra funds to get a whole new mirror and then try to get it painted to match the car. We don't have to talk about it. It's okay. We don't have to talk about it today. We don't have to talk about it tomorrow. All right. So we've got the pre and probiotic soda on deck. Let's go see if we can fix this thing. I went back inside to try to find the double-sided black tape, but somebody's being stingy. So we're just gonna have to work with what we have and see what happens. All right, so we're gonna start by remeasuring where this thing fell off. This is the back. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's more visible when you're in the car because you can see below it, and I only got two hands, y'all, so bear with me. So this is how we're going to try to mount it back up. And in case you're wondering what the heck that black sparkly paper is for, it's for the cracks, because we were not going to stand on the side of the road with people getting angry because you're stopping traffic to try to figure out where the other two pieces flew off. But if that's all that's missing, I guess it's not that bad. And we're going to find out if this glue... Oh, is this holding on by itself? Okay. We're going to find out if this glue actually holds the amount of weight that it says it does. Can anyone vouch for this? Can anyone verify that? Okay, let's get started. All right, I need both hands for this, but I'm just going to go ahead and start with the top and then try to fill in the cracks. It's already holding on as it is because it's in its proper puzzle piece, but I don't know. All right, so right now I'm just holding it in place because it seems to be holding on way less than it was before I even put anything on it. I tried my best to wipe it off of the paint of the car because I don't want it to corrode anything or like eat through the paint. I don't know how this works. So yeah, I've been holding it here for maybe about a minute. It seems to be adhering by itself finally, and the part of the glue that dripped down a little bit is starting to get a little tacky down here. I specifically waited until this time of day because I figured it's not too hot, not too cold. And I know glue can be a little funny that way with temperatures. So it seems to be in its place. And so now we're just going to go in and fill in the cracks, like I said before, and see how that holds up. If I had had that tape I was looking for... Oh, damn, I didn't make sure that this was aligned properly. Oh, my gosh. Okay. We're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to fix it. If I had had that double-sided tape, I would have put the tape first just to have like extra... Can you go away? To have extra backup and to hold everything in its place. But like I said, somebody was being stingy. So, all right, let's fix this thing. All right, we got it. It was as simple as popping everything back in its place. And the glue did not move. So I'm assuming it's good. Yeah, it's secure now. So fill in the cracks. Before we get to the cracks, this squirter application thing, I don't know if it's broken. It looks like it might have a crack in it. Speaking of cracks, can you focus? Enfócate. It doesn't want to reveal the truth. Okay. There seems to be like a little crack there. Can you see that? And so the glue is dripping off the side instead of going out of the applicator tip, which is pissing me off. But this is what we have to work with, so that's what we're going to do. I don't even know if it'll be necessary to go in with the gel. Probably not, seeing as well as this is working so far, but at least we'll have it on deck. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm just winging this, okay? Okay, so while the cracks are, drying up and stuff, I guess you probably, ew, you see, I got some on my hand. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're just gonna wipe it on the pants because, yeah. Anyways, so you're probably wondering why this happened. How did we get here? And I really didn't want to talk. Oh, that's a bit ashy. That is ashy. We're gonna need some type of lubricant. I didn't want to talk about that, but it's pretty stupid to show you myself repairing something and then not tell you how the incident occurred. So I knew we were probably going to have to discuss it at some point. I don't know what better time to do that than now. So, long story short, I was driving last night, minding my business. People are being stupid. Everybody and their grandma, their cousin, their tia, titi, whatever, are out and about because they don't know how to stay themselves home. Everybody complains about how they're broke, but they're always out, which I don't understand. It's like, if you that broke, go home, okay? So they must not be that broke, okay? Anyways, them, their mamas, everybody's out, and they're driving stupid because that is apparently what they went to school to learn how to do, to be professional dum-dums in traffic, okay? And so I'm driving, right? Driving on the road, and there is this big freaking tree trunk just poked out, reaching for my vehicular device as I'm driving by, and I can't swerve because I will hit the person beside me. I can't slow down because the person behind me is tailgating me, so they're going to slam into the back of my vehicle. So your girl essentially ended up eating the tree trunk. It was a very saddening experience. I yelled all kinds of lovely Barney songs out loud in my car. That's sarcasm. And proceeded by me circling around 2 or 3 times to try to locate and collect the pieces of my vehicle, because I was 100% sure, after a quick Google search, Amazon search, and discounted car parts sites searches, I just knew I was not willing to spend that amount of money to replace a whole entire piece of my car because this part got damaged. So that's what happened. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So while that finishes up drying, it's pretty much dry, but give it some more time. We're going to take this sparkly black paper. Why is it sparkly? Well, because it's literally all CVS had at the time it was last night when this incident occurred. And we're winging it, okay? I ideally would be using the double-sided black tape that I was looking for from that individual I keep referencing. But we don't have that. So the only thing I know to do is to kind of paper mache it into the cracks. Like, I don't know how to make that make sense. Like, stick it in there and kind of like use the glue. Can you focus, please? Who's recording? Okay. Use the glue to harden the paper into these little compartments here. That's the plan. That's the plan, okay? That's just the plan, all right? Okay, so instead of playing Tetris, I figured it might be smarter to go ahead, to go ahead and slip this under here. We are obviously going to have to cut it a little bit better, but my thought was to just kind of feed it through there and then find a way to... Nope, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Let's try a smaller piece. Okay, smaller piece. Okay. Try to get it. It's kind of working. I just have to figure out how to get it to go all the way up. Yeah, so this is going to be fun, guys. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, so after much exploration, I figured I needed the same width strip, but longer, so that I can control it from the other side. So we're going to try this again. Yep, that worked perfectly. It went perfectly into place. All right, so now we just have to get the adhesive onto the back of here, which could have been done before I put it on. I was winging it, trying to figure this out, and now it's too late. So we'll figure it out. All right, so we've got the glue there, and now we're gonna try to loop it through again. The not so fun part is sitting here holding it in place, because if I let it go, then it gets loose and it doesn't adhere. So, but we're almost done. We got one side finished, and then we just have one more piece, and then we can go inside and get ready for the activity I'm supposed to be going to tonight. All right, I let it go, and it seems to be staying in place, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep the other one. All right, so I've got both of them in there. This one is still drying. That one's already dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a gloss on this one, so it's not as like, where are you at? So it's not as paper looking, if that makes any sense. See how that one has a lot of, I know, it's not gonna look pretty, guys. It's not gonna look pretty at all. Oop, got some on the concrete. The point is to just make sure that everything is in place and that this thing is not whistling while I'm driving. Because trust and believe, I could definitely hear it whistling today when I was driving, because all the air is just going straight through to the other side since it didn't have the piece on it. So, oh, sorry, I am not even focused. Sorry, don't even know what you were looking at. But we're just gonna go ahead and put that on there for now. Let it dry. And then the goal is to go ahead and just cut the papers off from the other side once it's done drying. It's not perfect. Maybe if I zoom out, okay. It's not perfect. That was not the point. If I wanted perfection, we would have just bought the damn pieces that it requires. But I just wanted a little something that when you're looking at it from afar, it doesn't look too bad. Like you can't see straight through to the other side, but you can definitely tell damage was done. I mean, that was not going to be something that could be avoided. You can definitely tell, but it is what it is, guys. Okay, so we're wrapping this up. It's actually getting pretty cold out here, so we're wrapping this up. Yes, that is going to look like that for now, just because I'm not 100% convinced that everything is perfectly dry. and I don't want to be shifting stuff around if it hasn't solidified in its place. So it's going to look like that for now. And then whenever everything settles, then we can worry about getting back up in here and either shoving it inward so it's not visible, or, I don't know, cutting the rest of it off the best we can. But guys, this is my DIY for the broke guy or the broke gal. Probably not guy, because I just feel like guys have money laying around to pay for stuff that they need for their vehicles. I just, in my ignorance, I just assume that like the way we are with makeup, that and clothes and whatever else, that's how you guys are with car parts. And so you probably have money to spend on another mirror if that's what you got to do. I don't have that luxury, okay? I also don't have that much makeup either. But I have a lot of clothes. But yeah, just don't judge, and if you must, judge softly, or maybe give me some other suggestions that my broke self can actually afford. But right now, that's what I came up with. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me on this project. I'm going to go in the house and act like I've got some sense and try to get myself presentable for tonight. Okay. Thank you. Update. It's been 2 days since we, situated the situation. The glue has been doing its job. It's been holding up. I have no complaints, no issues. We're going to take a look at the paper, especially because it's raining today. We're supposed to have a huge storm. And so I just want to do, sorry, I'm trying to park the car. We're just going to step out and look at it and see how my job is holding up. My makeshift job. We're going to see how it's holding up. Okay, so we're outside of the vehicular device. We're looking at the other side. Okay, so I see how this one, it's a little damp because duh, it's paper, but it's holding on pretty well. This one, on the other hand, it seems a lot sturdier, like it's a lot stiffer than the other side, but it's also kind of ashy, so I'm assuming some water particles and whatever else got up in there. But I mean, it's holding on as well as glue and paper can, right? It's not like we were expecting something super professional, but that's our 2-day update. Ha! Goodbye.